I embrace boldness, and thus saith the Lord, if you feel like you can do life without me, you're free to go. A lot of people, they don't want to trust God. God is saying they don't want to trust me. They say they trust me, but they really don't. They allow doubt to come in and their faith to get shaky to the point where they was really on fire for God. Regardless of their circumstances, no job, not working that degree, no nothing in the bank account, trusting God to provide. Until they got to the point where it seems like they were making strides, but they wasn't seeing the fruits they would like to see. They didn't want to wait on God anymore. So what? They went back to trying to seek words from other people instead of getting on their knees, seeking God for themselves. They went back to the way things used to be. They went back to working a job when God said, don't get a job. They went back to try to do things that God didn't even say do, because you felt like there was a better way. But God says, I am God, and no one can do it like me. And if you would just stay the course, you would see what I was trying to get you to see, because your character still needs to be builded. There's darkness still to be removed out your life. You still need some healing. You still need some restoration. You still need to be delivered. You still need to know me. Because you say you know me, but you don't really know me like you think you do. Because he's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. But God don't like doing things the same. God switches it up. And apart from God's name, there is no victory. And so we must stay with God, that we have peace. And that when we stay in the ark of safety, when God, we allow him to be our security, there is no room for no spirits to come in and try to attack us. Because God got us. And when God sees that it becomes too much, he makes a way of an escape. And he releases us from those bondages and those hurts and those things that really press on our hearts and weigh us down. He lifts those burdens. But if we don't allow God to show us the way, we will never know what he could do. And so if this is you today, I want to encourage you to stay the course, because God says if you feel like you could do this thing without him, you're free to go. Because God doesn't force himself on us. And there comes a point where God, sometimes he has to let us kind of fall in order to come back to him, to let God know that you was right. You're always right. But I just didn't want to listen. Because God gets angry with us. And there comes a point where God, he gets angry with us to the point where we fall into, a place that we don't want to be. And some of us don't know that we're in that place. And some of us, we think that God is playing with us, and he's not, until he has to make an example out of us. And I don't think none of y'all want God to make an example out of you. Because when God make an example out of you, whoo, it's not a good feeling. So I love y'all, blessed tribe. Continue to rise up and change the evil that we're living in. And most importantly, once again, stay with God. Stay with God.